Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well, and today you join me in the Kawasaki Ki-32 light bomber. Yes, the brand new bomber, the Mary, as it was nicknamed by the Allies. Now this is a light bomber and it's part of the Japanese army sort of arsenal of bombers. Primarily part of the IJA, the Imperial Japanese Air Force. Now, the Ki-32 was developed because the Japanese needed a light bomber sort of for close air support and striking, and well, the Ki-32 sort of provided that. It was a little decent bomber. It was relatively fast. It was okay for its role. It was a sort of light bomber, as I said, and it could do a bit of work. It was very much a pre-war design, though. As the war went on, it became less and less useful as a bomber, so to say. Now, right here, we're just going to let some bombs off and try our best for hits, but we miss everything there. We just go a little bit short of our target. Now, the good thing about this plane is, as you can see underneath, there is a glass bottom, so there is a bomb target. Yes, you have got bomber sights on this plane, which makes life a lot easier when you're trying to attack a ground vehicle. Now, it's not the most stable platform, but it's not too bad. So here we've got a light tank. We drop our bombs, and as you can see, they're pretty much on target. Kablamo, that's the end of that light tank. Okay, so with the Ki-32 you really want to drop and get back to base ASAP, because you can't fight enemy planes. Now we go head on here with a lag free, which is a very silly thing to do, and we get a couple of very small hits. The D500 there, we fire off a few shots just to get it out of the way and scare it away, basically. And then we have the P26s coming in. And again, we get a few shots off, we get a couple of very minor hits to it, but it's enough just to break it off our tail. Now we have to start turning and defensive flying, and hope that our fighters come in. One of the drawbacks of this plane is the Type 89 machine gun in the front. You only have one of them in the wing, and you only have 135 rounds of ammunition. Yeah, you only have 135 shots with this thing, for the front guns at least, which really isn't that much. The other issue is the tail gun is not very easy to depress, so you have to basically have the target above you to be able to hit anything. So it makes life very hard. Let's just switch to the viewpoint of that P26. Now, which one is it? Which one's chasing me? Because there are two of them. There we go. So as you can see here, it's able to get sort of below us and cause damage. But we've actually managed to damage its engine. Somehow, with our very few shots that we managed to shoot out at it that first fly past with the front guns, we shot its engine out, it's lost power, and it's crashing. Very slowly crashing, that is. And down he goes. That's the end of this plane. And that gives me an air kill. Yes, I just got an air kill in a Ki-32. Now we have this lag free to contend with. And this becomes really tricky. Now, we try and get underneath it. We're trying to just turn around underneath this thing. Luckily, we do have the performance to outturn it. So we can really keep moving, but we can't really do much else. We have to basically try and get below it and get to a point where we can fire our guns. So at the point here we can shoot, but we're too far away. The Type 89 heavy machine gun is really not doing what we need it to do. Now luckily in the back you do have twin machine guns, so they are a little bit more effective, and yes, these are heavy machine guns. Not what you would imagine a heavy machine gun being, but they are relatively heavy for a Japanese vehicle. Generally, Japanese light machine guns are around 7.5, so 7.7s are considered heavy for Japanese. Now, the Type 89 is actually a copy of the Vickers E machine gun, so licensed copy. I wasn't too sure because I did think maybe it was a Lewis gun, but that is the Type 97, is the copy of the Lewis gun. They look very similar though. So we've got a kill, which is just amazing. No idea how we got a kill. We just got lucky. We must have hit the engine, just nicked the engine as we were flying up, damaged it enough that obviously he lost power and crashed. So yes, we can officially say we've gotten a kill in a Ki-32 going heads on with an enemy plane, which I don't think many people can say that. How's this plane in game? Well, it's relatively decent in all honesty. It's not the best plane in the world, but it is very manoeuvrable, and it's very quick as well. You can get a fair lick of speed with it, and that's mainly to do with the inline engine. The Kawasaki inline V12 HA9 engine really gives this thing a huge amount of power. Now, originally, I believe this plane did fly with a radial engine. It was a 14-cylinder Nakajima engine, but it was switched out to the Kawasaki engine later on, which proved much more successful and gave this plane a really good amount of speed. It also means that it has individual cooling and radiators, so that does help a little bit as well. The plane saw extensive use in the Second Sino-Japanese War, and it performed okay. Ki-32s were supplied and used in World War II, but they weren't very successful. They were sort of obsolete at the time. They were used to replace the Kawasaki Type 88, which was the biplane, and basically it's the biplane variant of this one. It looks very similar, but they didn't really get much use. They were used up until about 42, when they were finally retired as a training plane. You know, but they did serve relatively well. You know, they had very good durability, a very good air time, and there was quite a few of them built. Around about 850 of these planes were actually built in the end. Now, as I said, in the game, it is relatively good. Well, relative. It's not the best plane you're ever going to fly, but for a light bomber, for an attacker sort of role, this plane works relatively well, and you can use it to take out some sort of relatively heavy targets. You're going to struggle to do any damage to bases. You do lack the TNT value of a normal bomber, of course. Only having the 4 50-kilogram bombs on board, sorry, 100-kilogram bombs, you know, you really don't have a huge amount of tonnage damage you can do. As you can see here, the other Ki-32s on the team, not a huge amount of tonnage done to bases. The Ki-21 was doing a lot more damage, and that's because it's a dual engine bomber. It has a bit heavier payload. So what you have to do in this plane is go for the ground targets, such as light tanks, medium tanks, bridges, artillery pieces, and things like that. And that's the main role of this plane in game, and that's the way you're going to win your team a match. The other thing about this plane is you can use it as a bait plane. Because it is so manoeuvrable, it is really, really good as bait. The turn time is fantastic, and you're going to be able to outturn most things that aren't a biplane. Sometimes you're even going to be able to outturn some biplane players. And that can be very useful when you've got somebody above you coming in to pick apart the enemy planes. They see a slow-moving, fixed-gear bomber, and they think an easy target. They come in, your rear gun is going to be able to do some damage, but you can generally maneuver this plane. It's also relatively durable as well. You can take a few hits. You don't have any armor, so to speak, but you do have relatively good durability. Of course, if you do get set fire, you're screwed. Now we've got a TB3 here, so we're going to use our main guns here and try and take it out. Oh my god, we just took out a TB3. Oh lordy lord. Okay, so that's 2 planes we've killed in this game. Yeah, sure. Okay, that one is a half plane because it's an AI, but we still killed it, which is still impressive. Now we're going to have to go for the light targets. We're going to try and go for those light ground vehicles, so the light tanks, things like that. You can't really go on strafing runs with this plane because you do just lack the ammunition, so you have to really focus on bomb runs. And as you can see, the plane is it's not very stable in flight, so you have to be a bit careful. Now, we've got another TB3 here. And got to watch out for the gunners. Got a few hits on there. And any minute now, we're going to run out of ammunition. There we go, we're out of ammunition. We've dried up our front gun. All 135 rounds have gone. We did manage to kill a plane with them, but that second one was a bit too much for asking for. So, we're going to go for another light tank here. Bombs away. And the bombs have gone out. So let's just switch to the free camera here, and we'll just go and see if we can find that tank again. Where were we? There we are. So we're going down on this light tank. So it looks like it's a... no, that's a dead tank. Where were we? Okay, hopefully that's the one. Nope, there we go. It was the one right next to it, but we've managed to take out that tank and destroy it. So that's 2 light tanks. So that's brought the tickets down for our team. And now we just have to return to home and then take off again, really. And that's how you have to play this plane, is just attrition. Just take off, take out a couple of vehicles, come back, land, repeat, repeat, repeat. That's how you're going to have to play this bomber. It's not a bomber that you can just take out lots of targets with. You just have to continuously keep sort of eating away at tickets. So the rest of this game is a bit of a snore fest, in all honesty. We just managed to land and take off again, and then the game is won. So we'll head to the post-battle results now. Okay, so let's look at the post-battle results. Yeah, that was a pretty epic game in the KI-42. Can actually kill planes in this thing, and that's surprising. I really did not expect to get a kill. Anyway, so we finished first, as you can see, which is pretty impressive, really. This plane is not that great. 2 air targets destroyed. I don't know how we killed that TB. We must have got a pilot snipe or something. And the fighter with our rear gun, that's pretty impressive. The machine guns on this thing are really unreliable. So all in all, we made some decent research points and decent lines there. I actually made quite a few research points to the D4Y1. So yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I must admit, I was pretty impressed with that. Let's just save this replay. So the Kite-32 is actually not a bad little bomber. It's a good little attack bomber. You can't really rely on it for overall bombing, and really it's not very good at fighting. Let's just go to the hangar, and we'll just quickly put the research in. We should be completely aced on this plane now. There we go. So got the ace on the plane, which is always nice. Anyway, so as you can see, with the rear guns, you've got I think you've got twin barrel guns. So you've got 2 7.7mm Type 89 machine guns, which are, I think, if memory serves me correctly, based off the Lewis gun or the Vickers K gun. yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is, but you've also got the one in the wing, which is the front-facing one, which has 135 rounds, which really isn't enough. It just, you know, that's basically a couple of spurts and then you're done. So really, you don't have any front-facing guns to use for more than one target. Interestingly enough as well, actually, the cockpit, there's a bug there, so when the canopy's open, it doesn't look open when you're in pilot view, so that's interesting. I'll have to report that one. But yeah, these guns are, they don't jam very often, but then they're only firing 135 rounds of ammunition, which really is bugger all. Your rear gun has got a little bit more ammunition on it, and of course you have got the, hopefully, the option of reloading it in flight. Hopefully there's more than one box of rounds for it. Now, the good thing about this plane is it does have bomber sights, as you saw, so it is quite good in that respect. With the 100 kilogram bombs as well, they are dual drop, so you only get 2 drops with these. So the Type 94 Army bomb it's an okay bomb. It's got a decent blast radius. So as you can see, it's got an explosive mass of 46 kilograms, and the blast radius for an armoured vehicle is about 11 feet, so you've got a little bit of leeway there. The Type 94 50 kilogram bombs, 20 kilograms of explosives, 6 feet of radius. You have to be really accurate with them, but you do get 9 of those. So if you are really good, you'd probably take out the 50s, because you also have some in your bomb bay. So you have the 2 on the wings, and then you've got your bomb bay as well, so you've got quite a few of those bombs in reserve. So you can take out a few more ground targets with it. Overall, this plane it's pretty fun. It's very manoeuvrable, and it's pretty speedy as well. For the BR, it's actually one of the faster planes. Even though it does look like a bit of a box, it's very fast, and the manoeuvrability is great. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. I will probably let you know what the Type 89 is based off in... Well, you'll probably know what the Type 89 is based off, because I'm going to be doing the replay video after this one. I know it's a weird way of me doing things anyway. So I'll look that up and work out which one it is. Anyway, I will catch you all next time, and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, after all the jacks are in the boxes, and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red. The wind whispers